beautiful healing community. It's your girl Salenna Green, and this is another episode of the Hot Girls Healing Podcast. If you have never been here before, this is a podcast where we discuss all things and how they relate to healing. And I'm your host, Salenna Green. This is the fourth season, okay? So we in here, we know how to act, we know what we're doing. It's all very sophisticated. All right, so today I am joined by an amazing artist. Honestly, y'all, I've talked about this before, but I will say it again. This healing journey has led me to cross paths with some really amazing people. You know what I mean? Like, when you encounter someone's work for the first time and you see it and it just feels right. You're like, oh, like, yes, like, okay, those are all the sounds that I made when I first saw Jabari's art. That was exactly the clicking that like, wow, that is what I felt. So I am really happy to be having this conversation with you, Jabari. Please do introduce yourself to the people. And then, y'all, we are going to be talking about making it your own today. Okay, how do you make it your own? Or as I like to say, put your own little shank on it. Okay, so Jabari, let them know who you are, and then we'll hop right into the conversation.
Bet. Thank you for having me, Selena. My name is Jabari Jahi Babaturi Diop. I go by I-Bombs. That's illegal beauty on my streets. And I'm a multidisciplinary artist. So,
Yes, multidisciplinary artist, two multidisciplinary artists. I
but
really enjoy seeing your art. I love like the thread that goes through it.
thank you.
And I felt like when I first encountered your work, and then when you agreed to be on the podcast and we started having the conversation around what are we going to talk about,
Yes.
making it your own was such a natural conclusion. It was such a good theme because, mind you, I'm like, this is my first impression of you. No, like when I met you at CDR Walk, that was my first impression of you.
Mm,
And I was like, okay, so you're doing like some type of figure work, you're
mm,
sketching,
yeah.
you're, I think, painting, you're drawing, you're doing some craftsmanship, and I would say fashion as well, because the straw man costume, so it's just so many things. And when I think about being a creative or a multidisciplinary artist, because for me, it's a lot of syllables to say multidisciplinary artist. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
a creative.
I say it twice again, right? Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But there's something about, finding your lane or your voice as a multidisciplinary artist, finding your style that I feel like you did really well. There's definitely like
Thank
this
you.
thread. There's this style that is in all of your art, whether it's a sketch or it's painting or it's a figure that you created. So I want to talk about that part of making your own, because for me, when I say making it your own, that's what I'm talking about. It's like where I have figured out myself so well
Yes.
that no matter what I'm doing, I'm doing it.
Exactly. It's a
That's
fingerprint.
what I think
Yeah.
of. I think of making it my own. What is your definition of making it your own?
I like how you put that. It definitely feels like a fingerprint. It's something that's unique to you, you know? And I kind of explain this once you learn all you need to learn from the people that need to teach you, you have those weapons or those tools in your tool bag, and you get to use it how you want to use it, not just how they taught you how to use it. So, just I find it like when I feel like I'm being my most defiant against the system is when my true style comes out, because then it's like I'm doing what I truly want to do, not what somebody told me to do. So,
Yes, that's huge for making it your own too. And I know that when we are talking, you're talking about, having certain representation growing up of different styles of art.
yeah.
But, you know, as a Black artist and as a youth, you don't always see like the styles of art that you like representing Black people in them, or
Right.
very often, or very well when they do.
Right.
So, what is that experience like for you, and how do you make that your own?
Mhm. I kind of cling on to the ones that came before us. what was it, Andre 3000 Class of Rock or School of Rock, something like that. It was a cartoon that used to come on either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, but he had a cartoon, Afro Samurai, the Boondocks, Little Bill. I'm just like the PJs. I attach myself to all of those cultural, things like animation and
PB and J Otter, they were hella black.
facts. It's just it has a certain flavor to it. So it's like even though it's like far and few between, it's like you gotta hold on to those, you know. Yeah, so those definitely
Yeah,
developed my style a lot. Like some artists, Hebrew Brantley, Frank Morrison. There's an artist, he goes by Wak, that's WAK. So
yeah.
definitely had huge African American influence in the art.
And it's so important too for building up that fingerprint that you were talking. You know what I mean? Because how I'm making something my own, I don't even know who I am. Like, so important. And I think about, some of the artists that I was um, exposed to as a kid, their artistry. They're the reason why I want to be an actor, the reason why I wanted to be a, director, the reason why I wanted to dance or do all these things was because I saw someone black do it before me.
Yeah,
And I think that's really important and it really shows in your art. Like, it's so playful. There's this part of being an artist. Um, I feel like being an artist, you experience such a deep and wide spectrum of the experience of what it means to be human.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because we're not worried about being like, oh, I'm this age, so now I have to do this, and I'm this, so now I
yeah.
got to do this. An artist is going to be who they're going to be. And it
Regardless.
doesn't necessarily matter what period of time we're born into. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't even matter. I was thinking about growing up and I was like, oh my God, I was so cringy as a teenager because I was not on what other teenagers were on at
Mm,
all.
it's crazy.
I was worried about being cool and like fitting in. And I'm like, no, y'all, like, how do you not understand? Like, we don't know what's in the ocean. Like,
Yeah, I feel that. It's
yeah, because you
it's
be on your
definitely a
own
unique
wavelength.
thing. Say that again?
Because you be on your own wavelength as an artist sometimes.
Yes. Yes, you do. It's crazy because I find those people that were a lot different that kind of sometimes shun me for being a little bit different when I was younger. I find them coming around in my older age, you like applauding me for not changing because they see what the world does to people. We see what the world does to people. It's like having that outlet to create, I feel like has anchored me in myself. A lot of people lose themselves because they don't have an outlet, you know. Like all the stuff they hold inside kind of destroys the essence, you know.
Yeah, no, high key. Or there's other destructive outlets that people take to process that shit out. And
Right.
when I tell you, art actually has both helped me heal and hold on to my inner child and to release some shit and process some shit that I needed to release and process that wasn't serving my life.
Yeah.
It really helped me to put it down, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that helps you. It helps you regain that youthful spirit because you're not boggled down by all these things anymore.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, being being a kid and being this like kind of version of myself, because as I'm healing, I'm finding I'm kind of returning,
Yeah.
not regressing, but returning.
Return.
If you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
understand the difference, because like a bitch is still grown, okay, but
Like don't get it twisted.
and yes, and I have expanded and evolved, which is another thing that I feel I not only witnessed in your art, but I've experienced in my own artistry. If I can ask, what has the evolution of your art been? Have you found that you started with one medium or you kind of explored a lot of things and then returned? Like, what was your evolution as an artist?
Yeah, I pretty much I kind of well, my mom was pretty creative. She liked to do like scrapbooking. She was like a was it cabinetry maker. She makes like all type of furniture. She restores furniture. So I've always had like my hand in all different mediums. She always had like all the up to date tools. It's like a running joke that she knows more about tools than most of the men in our family. It's true. You know, she's a that's where I learned most of my stuff prior military. Um, so she was really, you know, boots on the ground type shit. So
Hmm.
I would say the thing that I notice most is just like subject matter. Since I've always had like just like the multimedia aspect, it's just the subject matter has changed. So it's like I started off like really cartoon, and then I like transitioned to like this like when I was in high school, like 10th and 11th grade, like this really woke version where I started to learn more about, you know, slavery. It's like I was already privy to it, but now that I was in an older age, I could really understand it and feel it. So like all of that was coming out. You know, my mom always had like a lot of African American books. Is like to the point where they like showing people getting hooked in the rib cage, you know, hanging from the trees type shit, stuff that they used to do.
Yeah,
So it like
yeah.
went to like this really dark period where I was just talking about that, and then like I evolved into like street art, graffiti, and then I started realizing I could break my personality down into different characters. And then that's when I started where I am now. It's just like building up this world of um a world that I want to see and not the world that I live in. And it's like it's this thing
Mm.
that I always battle with. It's like I'm either gonna lie and create a better world or tell the truth and keep the trauma going. So it's always like that balance, you know.
Ooh, ooh, that's so much. Child, you talking about the ancestors and the true history, like
Mm,
almost brought a tear to my eye because people don't know. So it's
mm.
like it is so hard. Because I also had a mom who taught us like history. By the time I got to school, I was like, y'all are lost.
They left a lot of shit out. It's like I'm knowing more than the history teacher. That's crazy.
Literally, it is crazy. But it is hard, ain't it, to hold space for what our ancestors really went through
Yeah,
and how recently they went
it
through
was.
this
Yeah, yeah.
and function in society today. Because the cognitive dissonance that our society functions in, I'm like, I will knock all this shit over. You don't understand.
For
But
real.
it's like,
Yeah.
for my ancestors, okay? Don't
Right.
play with them. Because, yeah, they were putting hope to our people and turning us into lampshades and all kind
Hmm.
of evil, unspeakable, way worse than we learn in school
Yes.
type shit. And we're the only ones who really know. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like, how do we tell the truth and at the same time create this better future where we're not all just being re-traumatized? Because we know
Hmm.
we somebody else don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody else conveniently has forgotten and just didn't see or hear anything,
Right.
but we know. So that has been such a journey with my art as well. I was just watching this podcast clip with Loretta Devine. You know, she played like everybody's
Yeah.
mama,
I love her.
dark skin, dream girls. Okay,
Yeah.
so she was talking about how, like, as an actor, and mind you, I saw this clip out of context. I just think I know what she was
Okay.
talking about. But she was saying how, like, acting, black people been acting. Like, we know how to act in different situations. We know
Uh-huh.
how to be over here and how to be over there and how to be on the phone and when we go in person. And it reminds me of artistry because black people, we know art, we know how to create, we know how to innovate, we know how to pivot, we know how to make it and then make it better and then make it again, we
Correct.
know how to take the scraps and make it into gold. Like that, artistry and creation is who we are. We don't even have to try to be artists. We just are.
Yeah. Facts.
Right,
Hell
like
yeah.
it's so powerful. I'm like, that truth comes when you know your ancestors. That truth makes it easy to make whatever you're doing your own, and not in a way that's like colonizing. Like, we're not making continents our own that people already live on. We are
Hmm.
approaching an idea, a situation, a some art. I've been inspired by other artists. I've been inspired by nature. We're taking this and being inspired by it and making it our own in that way.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah.
I never, I never thought about that. When you said it, it's like we've always known how to act, you know. But they say like code switching, you know. It's just it's just something that we had to do to survive, and it's like it's become a beautiful thing out of that survival. You know?
Yeah, we literally can do anything.
Yeah.
And people don't know really what they've come from, or they don't know what their family has come from. And I say this as someone who, my family has been through some stuff. I be talking to my coworkers, because I luckily work somewhere where I have Black people around me in professional settings.
Yeah.
Pretty much every profession, because I'm an entrepreneur, but every professional setting that I'm in, there are other Black people there. And so
That's good.
it's important to have that. And it's also important to lean on each other in those spaces, because even as artists, like, we need to be around other Black artists, other Indigenous artists
Mhm.
in these artist spaces.
I definitely agree with that. Mhm. So I would say,
Yeah.
well, I would,
Have you collaborated with any other artists?
oh yeah, yeah, quite a few. Mostly back home in Florida. Me and my good
Hmm.
friend Zulu Painter, he taught me a lot how to do murals and stuff. We did a group show, or like a 2-man showcase of the Wiz, the black version of the Wizard of Oz. And we did like our a
Yeah.
recreation of that. That shit was dope. Yeah. But
I
yeah.
literally love The Wiz. Like, I don't even like The Wizard of Oz or Really Wicked. Like, I'm so sorry.
Same.
Like,
No, same, same. They ain't got
but The
nothing.
Wiz,
That little dude that we walk around with, little doo 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 doo. That's a nigga. I like him. Yeah.
right? The culture is so good and so rich. That's really cool, though.
Thank you. But what about yourself?
Yeah, I didn't even know that you did mural work too. I'm like, hey, now we need to add that to the list,
Oh
though.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
because I know scaling your work up is definitely a thing. I haven't done that so much, because I don't, like, I'm barely a sketcher. I sketch to watercolor, so
Mhm.
I'm getting better at sketching, but it's not something that I would say is my strong suit. The most that I've done to scale up my work is like print one of my photos
Okay.
larger, or start working on larger canvases for some of my collage mosaic
Yeah.
work. But I know mural work, scaling your work up like that is a trip, and it definitely takes some skill.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like if the wall isn't too big, then I'll have enough courage to just draw it big. Just fix it as I go. But for the most part, we use projectors or we use something called the doodle grid, where you just draw a bunch of symbols on the wall and you use your iPad and you
Mm-hmm.
kind of transparent what you're painting and you trace over it that way. So it's mostly projector to get it up there big, trace it, turn off the projector and paint it.
Okay. There's more method to the madness than I thought,
Oh yeah,
because
it's not that hard. You
I
got it.
know y'all hanging this.
Get yourself a projector. If I get a projector, I'll send you one. Yeah, you'll be set.
I love it. So I definitely felt like when I went to the exhibit at Made Space that I was introduced to your art at, that I
Mhm.
was stepping like into your world when I stepped into that space. I definitely saw the reality of that world that you started creating. And I want to like hear a little bit more about that as far as making that your own. How much of the world you created is of, the truth, and how much is of the world you want to live?
Mm. As I like to do a little bit of both in each piece, um, so it's not too imbalanced. Sometimes I really just want to create like violent work, but then when I get to the end of it, it's like I'm not teaching anybody with this, so I'm most likely not going to put it out in that way. So if I don't feel like there's a lesson or there's a journey of like learning in the piece, like I won't create it. So like with that one piece, Ancient Agent Aztec, the icebreaker, had like the phrase Aztec on my mind for a while, and I was just like, I don't know if it's respectful to play with the Aztec name like that, but I was like, let's make it mean something. So it's like, what is the reason that they're going for the indigenous people the way they are? It's like, because they're indigenous the same as they went for us. We have a type of power inside of us that is like, I had a friend that told me it's like they're not going after you because you're a weak target. They're going after you because you're a strong and powerful target. So it's like, okay, so how do I make this strong and powerful? It's like, well, what are your desires? It's like, I'm attracted to women. I'm attracted to strong women. It's like, well, let's make a woman that is strong, defeating the foes. So it's like trying to mend all of these things together with trying to be respectful, trying to be creative, and trying to be impactful all at the same time.
Mhm. And that was like the exact print that I bought, and somebody
Yeah.
else bought the original. But yeah, that piece, um, yeah, it definitely brought me into your world. There's almost like this like dystopian
Yeah.
aspect. And then some other ones just feel so free and joyous and like boundless. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
really realistic. Honestly, it feels like the world. I always
Thank
remind
you.
people like the bad and the good, there's equal and opposite are just as true and real. So I feel like you really capture that reality.
Thank you. Mm.
Yeah, it's man, artwork is a trip.
Oh yeah.
Artwork is are any of the figures that you create, are those like based off of you or yourself, or sorry, your family members, like anyone you know in real life?
Oh
Because I
yeah.
remember it seemed like either similar or, the same character.
Yeah. So um for the one I did, he kind of had on like the Rasta. He was a figurine. He had on the Rasta kimono, and he had the blade. So he had like four wicks on his head. So
Hmm.
I I noticed that you got the 555 on here. That's my number. So my mom had five children. My eldest sister Ebony, middle sister Candy, she passed when she was born, but I still count her as a sibling. Ivory, Ashanti, and then me, which is the fifth. So when I do the wick numbers on the characters, they symbolize a different person in the family. So the fourth, the one that had the four wicks, is my older brother Ashanti. So he went to the military. He's a soldier. He went to the Marines also. So he's the soldier. So that's the one I did of that one. And then there's another one where I kind of mixed it up. He has five wicks, so it was me speaking about my uncle that had recently passed. It's like there's this weird connection that I have. I wouldn't say weird. There's this ancestral connection that I have when people in the family pass. There's a character, there's a creation that happens in the midst of that.
Hmm.
And I believe that it is me assisting in that person's passage to the next side. There's more to it than just painting pretty pictures. It's like we're oracles. We are the one that connects the people with the spirit. We're the ones that can see those things. So just trying to be the mediator.
That's so real, and it makes the art even more powerful. That connection, like that shit is your own. You know what I mean? It's your people, it's your
Yeah.
blood, it's the soil that we come from and that we return to.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah, that's real art. That it makes so much sense to me because I'm an artist who definitely believes that not all of the art that I do I share, not all of the art that I do is
Mhm.
for other people, it's for production. Art is it's not about whether it's put up for display or not necessarily. It's about why are you creating these things.
Yeah.
And the why is so deep and rich with you that I'm just like, yeah, of course the work is striking
Thank
because
you.
I've even found that in my own art. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that I connect to and that I'm the happiest about,
Mhm.
I didn't even necessarily have a good time the whole time I created it. I'm like, that bitch
Yeah.
was stressful. But the reason I was creating it was why it meant so much for me.
Yeah.
And that's why like when it's done, you're like, oh
Thank God.
yes, that is who you're meant to be. Like that is what I was creating. Thank you.
Yeah. For real. I don't think people realize it's like this is some grueling work. You know, it's self-imposed torture, but it's rewarding at the end.
Dramatic artists were like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
painting," but then like,
Paint in the
let
background.
me get back to it. I, it's so real though, but I really love art so much, and it's so worthy. And I feel like when it comes to making it your own, I'm not only talking about art. I'm an artist, so look, I do tend to move with that lens. But making it your own is everything. I make it my own in my day job. I make it my own on the committees that I'm a part of. And that doesn't mean that I walk into the room and I start trying to command it and take over.
Right.
I mean, I make that experience my own. I honor why I am there. How does
Mhm.
this fit into my life story? How does this align with my life mission? These
Correct.
are all things that I'm thinking about from the meetings that I accept to the events that I go to. If it doesn't align with my personal mission, if it's not a part of my life story, then you ain't seeing me there.
Yeah.
But if it is, I'm going to show up in a way that is fully, I'm
Yeah.
going to be present. I'm going to be invested in there
I'm gonna
because
feel it.
I'm making it my own. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes. That's when you start radiating.
How do you make it your own in other spaces?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
no, no, you good. It's I kind of get in the
Oh,
zone.
yeah. I was just,
Oh, no, you good. I get in the
mm,
zone. It's like I smoke, I drink, and then it's like when I do that, I just radiate. Like what you said, it's like I'm not commanding. I'm not trying to command attention. It's just I'm being who I'm supposed to be in that. You fit in your place and you command attention if that's the role that you're supposed to be playing in that moment. So it's like when I went into made space, it's like being respectful is like knowing that this isn't my space. So it's like being taught by the right parents, growing up right, gets me into these places and teaches me how to be the right person. It's like sweep up after yourself, clean up, ask, don't just take shit, you know, don't just assume. Yeah, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. It's like I go into most of my spaces thinking like that, as if I'm gonna go meet my mom.
mm. Yeah, and honestly, that's another thing that I feel like is kind of our own as a community. Black people are hella respectful. Like as that each individual may not be, but our cultural
The culture.
standard is respect.
Yeah,
Respect you and respect.
facts.
And that's the thing about us. Don't start and I won't be none, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We ain't starting none.
Hell yeah. Like, I'm finished it.
You don't
I'm
gotta worry
finished it.
about
Yeah.
it. But we will finish that shit.
Right.
And that's the other part about it. Like we do come into spaces respectful and we do take the lead from people who have been there before.
Mm.
I actually had this conversation recently with one of my friends who's from the continent. She's Kenyan. And we were talking about how when Black people, and I'm like, girl, I can only speak for my particular tribe in this conversation, but we're not taught to go into places acting like we already know what's going on.
Right.
We go into places and we ask the nearest Black person who been there longer than us, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not gonna see us walk into the space
Right.
and tell the Black person there what's going on in the room that we just walked into.
Right.
That's not how we culturally move.
That's where I get jacked up in the alley or some
So,
shit. Yeah.
right, okay, because that's not even respectful. How I'm coming into the room last, but I'm telling you who've been standing in here for 20
Right.
minutes
Right.
what they're talking about.
That's one
We
thing
just
I
wouldn't
do
do that.
appreciate
We
about
not
the Black
jumping in the
culture.
Kool-Aid, not knowing the flavor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said that's one thing I do appreciate about the Black culture is like how they taught me how to move through spaces. It saved my life on many occasions, just like showing respect. You know, you never know. There's people out there just like ready to off a motherfucker, but you show respect that day just because that's who you are, and it's like it saved you and somebody else. That shit's crazy. How far it'll
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, and how far it has gone.
Hmm.
And I think even in today, we have this culture where it's like, if you show people basic respect, then you're a simp or you're
Yeah,
trying or you're, I'm like,
yeah, that shit
like,
lame. It's like what?
like we not doing none of that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that.
Look, I don't like it and I don't identify it with it either. I do like to keep it cute. I like to keep it respectful. I ain't starting none.
Mm.
You don't either, and then there won't be none.
Right.
Because respect is extremely important. And that's kind of one of the ways that I make things my own too. When I come into a space, like you will notice I'm going to come into that space and hold space.
Yes. Yes, you
Like I'm
did.
going to hold my own space. I'm going to take up the room that I am meant to take up. I actually really liked when you said that about how when you make something your own, a situation, a room that you enter, when you make it your own, you really do show up and appropriately play the position that you're meant to play.
Yes.
I have been to a lot of events where, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's definitely been enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Events where you go and there's that person who's like trying to make it their thing. I'm like, girl, did you
Oh,
plan?
oh
Like, did
my.
you coordinate? You the
Yeah.
organizer? You with one of the vendors? Like, who are
Yeah.
you?
They paying rent. That shit crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just, it really is a thing to come into a situation, be appropriate, play your position. Um,
Mm.
and this may be my like ADHD brain or ADD, but it also reminds me of how people talk about Raven Simone's wife. I don't know if you heard about that at all, but I
No,
love Disney
what
Channel. I
happened?
love Raven.
What happened?
Okay, so Raven Simone has a white wife,
Yeah.
and she be in her feelings about the community, not like rallying around her wife and like being her best friend, or I'm not even really sure. I don't want to speak on it too much, but it's like the way that the community accepts her wife, I want to say
Yeah.
most accurately is my takeaway from it. She felt like, is rude or whatever. And she's like, would it be the same if it was a husband or if they were non-white? And people are like, baby,
Mm.
it's not about your wife. Like, first of all, we don't even know her. Like,
Facts.
thing in our community. Do we know you?
Well,
Okay, so
yeah, that makes sense.
come in the room, act appropriately,
Yeah.
let people get to know you,
You kind of gotta
right? And
like
then
earn
we
your
can
keep in a
build a
way.
relationship.
Yeah,
We
build
don't
a
even know
relationship.
you.
Because like it's really not about who she's married to. It's like what type of rapport does that person have? Like you don't just get a pass because you are in a relationship with this person. It's like who are you really? So I understand.
And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what the community wants to know.
Yeah.
And if you made things your own in a way that's appropriate, you go show up to the situation, play your position.
Mm.
I love to clap for other people. Like I'm on the stage a lot. I'm a host. You know what I mean? I moderate panels. I model. There's a lot of reasons for me to be up on the stage getting all the attention. And when it's my time to do that, I will do that.
Mhm.
However, when I'm in the audience, when I'm supporting one of my friends, you're not going to see me like doing the most.
Yeah,
Like you're going to see me supporting my friend because that is the role that I'm there to take. That's my lane.
facts.
And I'm going to be in that lane. And I'm going to expand that lane.
Mhm.
We go support in ways we ain't never supported before. Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just saying that's community. You know what I mean? So making community your own is a thing too. How do you make your community work for you?
Mhm.
How are you showing up in your community? Are you playing your position, whatever that may be at the time, to make sure you're good
Mhm.
and to make sure your community is good?
Facts. It remind me like you going to a family reunion, you go meet your people. It's like, what do you do when you normally go in there? It's like, I'm the boy, so I pick up the heavy shit. You know, pick up the heavy shit, move the heavy shit, make sure everybody okay. You know.
Literally. And it's just like those things that you know to do, In the Black community, acknowledging people is very big.
Yes.
It's a very big thing to acknowledge people when you come into a room.
Mhm. Are you
And
making
that's,
me sitting here?
yeah, I love that actually,
Yeah.
that part of the Black community. I think that's another thing that we do to show respect,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, to each other.
Mhm.
So that's all I'm trying to say.
I hear you.
Find your lane, expand it.
Mhm.
Sorry, there was a lag. What did you say?
Oh, I said I hear you.
Mm,
Mhm.
yeah. But I feel like, honestly, for me, like, I don't have too much more to say about making it your own. You know what I mean? Like, for me, if I had any final words, and please do think about yours because I'm gonna ask you too, but mine have come to me. My final words on making it your own is really find out who you are, who you want to be. You know what I mean? Find out who your people is. um, and decide on your personal mission. Make it your own. Show up. Put your stank on it. Put your stamp on it. Put your mark on it.
I couldn't say it any better myself.
Nah, Jabari, what are your last words? Is there anything we haven't said about making it your own that we need to say?
Let's say don't be afraid. You know, feel like your ideal is too violent, too lewd, or lustful. You know, too dark. It's like that's not true. There's somebody out there that needs what you're about to say, regardless of how crazy you think it may sound. Hmm.
No, I actually think we need more disturbing art from Black creators. So, Black and Indigenous people start making it dark and weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Tap into the
I
shadow.
mean, and by darker, I mean more melanated.
Yeah,
Like, make it more melanated, make it more disturbing for the white gaze,
yeah.
make it more uncomfortable for white people because if you don't, you're gonna make things comfortable for them. And
Hmm.
comfortable for them. I don't want to, shock the class too much, but comfortable for white people was you enslaved. So,
Yeah.
if you are Black, get used to white people being comfortable around you. Make that your new standard.
I like
Just a
that.
thought.
Much respect.
Just a thought. You know.
It's the truth.
All right, Jabari, where can people find you, buy your art, support you, put you on more panels where you can talk more about your art and where it's coming from?
So mostly I operate through Instagram and TikTok right now. So Instagram is at IBOMS. There's dots in between there, but you don't have to type in the dots when you search it up. It's just IBOMS. And then I have my links to all my other stuff in my bio. And it's Google. You could Google Jabari Reed Diop I-bombs, and then like all my things will come up. You'll be able to see all the stuff I'm doing.
Yes. The revolution will be unhinged.
Yeah.
All right, Jabari, it has been such a pleasure chatting with you. You
Thank
definitely
you.
need to hit me up next time you're in Seattle because I need to see all the art that you're doing over here.
I'll be back soon.
Um,
Yes.
I don't be in Florida, but just when you're in Seattle.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. I am Salenna Green. This has been another episode of the Hot Girls Healing Podcast, y'all. This is where we come. We talk about whatever. It always lands in healing. You saw that, right? Because we went left and right and came back to center. I will see y'all out. Use the hashtag Hot Girls Healing to join me in conversation online. And if you see me out in the community, say hey. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Since I know you're tired, since I know you're stressed, you were always favored and you were always blessed. It's all about that. Hot girls healing. We doing it our way. Hot girls healing. We better day by day. Hot girls healing. We doing it our way. Hot girls healing. And it goes on and on. And when it all goes wrong, we'll celebrate so nothing's gonna hold us down. And it goes on and on. The